How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about the judge in Fairfax County, Virginia, which ain't nothing but Washington, D.C. But anyway, the judge ruled that all the pictures of white judges be removed from the courthouse. Now, this story is really crazy, but before I go down the rabbit hole with you, I got to back up a little bit here to give you some more context and more information just so we're on the same page with each other and so you completely understand and grasp what's happening. Now, there's a black defendant who's going to stand trial in early January of next year for evading police and also assault on a police officer. Now, the defendant's lawyer filed a motion to have all the aforementioned pictures removed from the courthouse because they may make his client feel like, the system is against them and there's racial bias, all this, that, and the third. And the motion was granted by the judge up there. I'll place their names and everything in the article I'm reading from in the description box below so you can read it for yourself. But part of the judge's reason for granting it is what I've been saying for a very long time. Okay, I'll get to what he said in a minute, but first, what have I been saying? If you are a longtime viewer of the channel or you're brand new, I'm gonna just give you a refresher or tell you for the first time. Now, it all started with the Confederate monuments. That's where it all started. I've been saying it. I did a video recently on this because they removed Abraham Lincoln, okay, from out there on the left coast. Was it San Francisco? They took Abraham Lincoln's name off of school in San Francisco. This man literally freed the slaves, but it all started with the Confederate monuments. And it was easy to get that whole thing across because, they're racist, they own slaves, go ahead and remove them, put them in a museum, who cares anyway, they're losers, all of this and that. I was totally against it because I saw this day coming. I saw Abraham Lincoln being removed. I saw that coming. I saw Thomas Jefferson, George Washington, everybody being removed. Now we're down to just regular white guys that may or may not have been racist. As a matter of fact, it says all of what I've been talking about in the article, talking about, during a time right now where we're trying to decide whether, racist images of white men should be up or shouldn't be up. Oh yeah, that's in there. That's in there. They were actually talking about that. And they were also saying that some of the guys that were judges may not have been racist. Doesn't even matter because the black defendant may feel like this is unfair. There's no black judges here. I'm not getting a fair shake. Therefore, take all the pictures down and now I feel like I'm safe. Now I'm in a safe space. All right. This is really easy to see. The common denominator here behind all the removals, all the moving to a museum away from public square, the common denominator is white male and usually heterosexual white male. And I said it before, I feel like the most attacked people in the United States are the heterosexual, especially conservative white male, and the heterosexual, especially conservative black male. It's like 1A, 1A, B. We're pretty much one and the same for different reasons. The black male heterosexual conservative is attacked because he does not want to fall into the whole the pimp game and getting kind and get manipulated. He's not with it. He's doing his own thing, making his own money. He's not a victim. He's not going to play into the whole victimhood game. He's not going to just vote the way they want him to vote and do what they want him to do and be a perpetual victim and, a third-rate citizen. He refuses to be that. So he's a villain. And then the conservative white male, they don't want him to become anything because is more of them. They can take power, they can take control, and then they can steer the nation in the proper direction away from where it's going right now, which is this, pure degeneracy, pure chaos, and pure lawlessness. And when you have chaos, degeneracy, and lawlessness, it's easy for a select few people from the outside, usually China anyway, it's easy for them to come in and take over and conquer us without firing the shot. So you got to attack both the conservative white male and also the conservative black male. Anybody that's actually a heterosexual male that's going to raise kids of a family, they're going to be the enemy. All right. And I saw the attack on especially the conservative white male and the white male in general when it started with the Confederate generals. All right. I saw it back then going on. I saw the, extended attack on the black male when that whole thing happened. Because first it was a Confederate general Then it became Thomas Jefferson, George Washington. Then it became Abraham Lincoln. He freed the slaves. It doesn't matter. You're a white man back then. You're not woke enough. You don't respect the plight of the BIPOC. He freed the slaves. Well, he didn't really want to do it. He was trying to keep the union together. He hated black people, all this and that. That's the whole narrative, right? Now we've gotten to a point where, hey, you're a white judge. You're a part of this whole racist system that was started back then. The police, that slave patrol. So now we've gone from take the Confederate statue down and put it into a museum 3-4 years ago to now defund the police because they're racist. Even if you're a black cop, Hispanic cop, whatever kind of color cop, you're racist because you're part of the whole white supremacy system, and then take down any pictures of a white guy because they're racist. All right. Now, what's going to be the next step? You guys tell me. I think I pretty much know what the next step is going to be. The next step will be, okay, you're a white male judge. You got to go. If I'm a black defendant and you're a white male judge, you cannot give me a fair ruling, a fair adjudication. So you have to recuse yourself if you're a white male judge and I'm a black defendant. And if you can't find a suitable black replacement for yourself, then case dismissed. I don't care if I didn't kill 35 people, if I didn't set an old folks home on fire or people inside. I don't care if I was taking the vaccine and pouring down the drain. I don't care what I was doing. If I got caught red-handed, videotape or whatever, if you are a white judge, you should not be there to make any kind of ruling, any kind of adjudication, any kind of decision when it comes to my future, because I'm a BIPOC, person of color, colored person, Negro, whatever you want to call me. I'm that. Therefore, you're going to be racist against me. So you got to go. That's going to be the next step. Okay. And then that's dumb anyway. Let's just say there's no more white judges and you have all black judges. If you're a black person, how is that going to help you? All right. Once you zoom out a little bit, rather than just focusing on white man this, white man that, whitey, whitey, white, rather than focusing on that, zoom out a little bit and look at the world for what it is. Matter of fact, don't even do all that. Zoom out just a tad. Don't look at just what's happening right now between a black defendant and a white judge or a black judge. Look at what's happening in the city, in the state, maybe even the whole country. Who is hurting black people the most? When you're talking about trying to avoid a particular race because they're going to hurt you, I mean, who should black folks avoid the most? Is it this mythological white man or is it the black man? I mean, the numbers say that it's going to be the black man. So you want to have the guy that has the least amount of chance to be able to hurt you in any kind of way, according to the numbers, and you're going to replace him with the guy that has the highest chance to hurt you in some kind of way. All right. Look at where you have a lot of the black leadership in these Democrat-run cities. How well do they actually perform? Look at Baltimore, Maryland, DC. If you're living in a non-black area, it's not that bad. But in the black area, you're talking about third world country. So how was it really helping you to have this black leadership? It's not doing anything for you at all. Are you going to get from black leadership in these Democrat-run cities, especially, mostly, is just crime, violence, gang banging, drugging. That's it. Ain't nothing else. So what's the purpose of placing a black person in there to be a judge versus a white person? What's the purpose of taking the pictures down? This is all kind of like white guilt. And if it's not white guilt, I think the guy's name is Bernard, the judge. You know, I think Bernie Sanders' name is Bernard. But anyway, I digress. Whether it's white guilt or whatever it is, that's not helping anybody other than the person that has the guilt themselves. Because as I close, I want to say this. What people are doing right now is using the black pain experience, the issues of black problems, and then appointing themselves, anointing themselves really to go out there and be the savior, to go out there and fix it. So they feel like, okay, I've done something good right here. I took some photos down from a courthouse. That's going to help black defendants feel more welcome and feel more inclusive. It doesn't matter if they had somebody tied up in the house and they were torturing them with a butter knife. It's irrelevant because I did my part. Now I feel good. Okay. The person's victim, the person themselves. So what? Who cares? I don't care about them. It's all about me. It's a selfish thing to do. If you really want to be fair, if you really want to be non-partial, do your job the same with everybody. Okay, don't change because they're male, female, LGBTQ, ABCDFD, this color, that color. Be consistent throughout your entire process. That's how you are a fair and equitable person. The alleged sins of your forefathers, people not even kin to, people that were here before you got here. A lot of these white guys and other races were not even here during slavery, let alone had any part to do with it. But rather than be worrying about that, which is not any other concern, which is a long time ago, just do right now. That'll help everyone around you and not just yourself and your own feelings. But I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? Do you think it's a good idea to remove all pictures of white judges from the courtroom because the black defendants may feel like they're being targeted by these inanimate objects? If that's your viewpoint, let me know why in the comments below. Or is it a bad idea? Who even cares? Does it really matter? The most important thing is, did you do it or did you not do it? Is there any evidence? Present the evidence, present the case, and then have that be that. Have everything get ruled appropriately and properly and no different, better, or worse. And that's your viewpoint. Let me know why in the comments below. I've pretty much explained my point thoroughly at this particular point in time. The racism here is not on the wall with these dead men's pictures. It's not that. That's not even the racism. I don't care if they're racist or not. That's not the racism. The racism here is trying to treat black people like children. That's the racism. If you really want to be non-racist, treat everybody the same. I don't care who they are, where they come from, how they speak, how they look. Treat everyone the same. Rich, poor, it's irrelevant. I don't care who you are. I'll treat you the same. That's how I get beyond this whole idea of racism. Okay, I don't have black guilt, white guilt, or anything else, and neither should you. But whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I gotta say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.